Questions related to the history of the group. Okay, here we go. This Beatle dressed as a woman when the group performed a bit of Shakespeare for a British TV special. Well, I have a 1 in 4 chance. I feel like it'll be Ringo. Don't know why. Have no idea of the specifics on this. Not a big Mania history buff. Kind of defeats the purpose of doing the Beatles trivia questions, but it's nice to not know a lot about something. All right. Next, played a lion when a group performed a bit of... This is all about Shakespeare and a British Shakespeare TV special. All right. Well, I have no idea about any of this. This is some really deep-cut Beatles stuff. You have to have, like, live through it or be British to know any of these overall. So I have no idea. Who played the lion? Okay, so if this is where it goes haywire. So if Ringo was dressed as a woman, well, I feel like Ringo would be a lion as well. So I'm just going to say Ringo for all of these because now I want to see who the other two are. So this is what British special featured the Beatles performing the scene from a Shakespeare play. I do not know. So somewhere along the line, they did a special. Top of the Pops? Is that I have no idea. Oh, things I don't like. One is Shakespeare. I don't. It's not that I don't like it. It's just I simply don't care for it. Or anything really. I saw Henry V once. That was a good movie. Oh, well, the nice thing about the card, it's not telling us answers and other questions. So, wow, they did a Shakespeare play. I have no idea. Well, there was a woman and a lion. So, I think Shakespeare is overdone. And I have... There's a line in Sylvia Plath's Bell Jar where she discusses getting an English degree or a writing degree without have ever taken a Shakespeare course. I can't say that happened to me. I had to take one Shakespeare course, and it was like a summer course where we got to see the plays performed, and that was all right. I think the play was King John. It wasn't my finest hour. Really, Shakespeare is just not my thing. I get that when everybody thinks of the English literature, it's always Shakespeare. Whatever. And like all these small schools have like a Shakespeare's Garden, which just cracks me up because that's like the first thing. There's plenty out there that's not Shakespeare. You don't have to. And that always annoys me about Jeopardy. I'm going to do Old Man Yelling at Cloud now because this just brings it out. You know, I did not expect any Shakespeare in my Beatles trivia. So this is now I want to talk about I Am the Walrus, right? And that ends with some lines from Shakespeare, right? You know, untimely death, bless you, grandfather, you sneezed, or whatever that is. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah, I'm so sick of Jeopardy. Like every other fifth Jeopardy, we got to have a Shakespeare category. Like that's it. It's I just it's the oversaturation of Shakespeare that makes me think I don't want to read Shakespeare. You gotta do it in high school. You gotta do it in this. It's Romeo and Juliet, and I don't care. There's a lot of yes. It's influential. We've got to. That's all. And now it's just bringing out a little bit in me that I need to just stamp down on. But I'm gonna get through this. We're gonna figure out what all this Shakespeare stuff's about here down here. Well, should it be like a Shakespeare play everybody knows? Well, okay, maybe I'm still right on Ringo because now it's about what role did Paul play in that Shakespeare television special that I don't know what it was on, and a play that I do not know what the play was. Hey, I'm right that it was in the Mania era. Check it out, 64. And, ooh. Okay, so I'm going to backtrack now and cheat because if the question is about who did Paul play and who did George play, that means that either the lion or the woman was played by either Ringo or John. So now I'm thinking maybe John played the woman and Ringo played the lion. Is there a Shakespeare play with a lion in it? Now I almost want to yell at my wife upstairs. Not yell at her, but yell toward her to see if there what Shakespeare play has a lion in it. Is there a Shakespeare play with a lion in it? Yeah. What's that? Titus Andronicus. Okay. All right. With after having a little confab just through the basement floor, and checking some stuff out on Wikipedia, the lion apparently might be Titus. All my life I thought it was Titus and Ronicus, like that, like salt and pepper, but it's Titus Andronicus. That's the extent of my Shakespeare knowledge. That's exactly where I'm at when it comes to Shakespeare. So Titus Andronicus. Now I'm remembering the television show in the '90s called Titus, and it had that sporty guy in it. I don't know his name. So I'm guessing the play, because I yelled up, "Hey, what's a Shakespeare play with the lion in it?" And my wife says Titus Andronicus, and I'm like, Titus and who? I'm sorry that I'm really owning my ignorance on this, but it's not ignorance so much as just it was lack of interest. 19th century lit was my thing. Victorian literature. Big fan of like Thomas Hardy novels. All right, so let's end this. All right, so this was the woman, right? And I came down to maybe John's the woman and Ringo is the lion. All right, let's look at the questions again and the play and who's. Okay, so it was John was the woman and Ringo was the lion. Well, there we go. And Around the Beatles was the name of the show. So I might have to just look to see what Around the Beatles is all about. It's a special, not a show. All right. Okay, well, my wife was wrong. It was it's a Midsummer's Night's Dream. Midsummer's Night's Dream. That had the lion in it. All right. And these guys. I guess that's the other play. I'm not going to post this. This is embarrassing. I'm going to stop now.